Hey, what's up, y'all? I want to talk to y'all tonight. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Because we need to talk about something serious. Oops, look what I just did. Hey, y'all, what's up? Let's talk. We need to talk. We need to talk. I didn't turn the ring light off. Oh, we back in business. How y'all doing? Look, we need to talk about what you don't need to be doing. We need to talk about the wrong way to study, okay? If you want to pass your exam, there are a few things that you're going to have to stop doing. I'm going to say that again. If you want to pass your exam, there are a few things that you're going to have to stop doing. Let's talk about it, okay? Number one, if you want to pass your exam, one thing you're going to have to stop doing is winging it. Meaning you're just all over the place. Like, I'm going to do this, but I think I'll do this. You need structure. Say it with me, structure. To pass your exam, I don't care what type of exam it is, you need structure. A lot of you all do not have structure. I want to talk about it. Structure, okay? And I know for some of us, structure does not come naturally. That's why you need someone to teach you structure. Okay, but there are different ways to have structure. You need structure to pass your exam. You can't think that you're going to pass and you don't have structure. And I want to talk to you all about that. So let's talk about having structure. Okay, if you just joined the live, hello, good evening. How do you do? Good to have you here. I'm talking about how to pass your exam. Okay, if you think you can be all over the place and you don't have order and structure, you're not going to pass, y'all. Because true learning comes through structure, not chaos. I'm going to say that again. True learning comes through structure, not chaos. And I'm going to get on the whiteboard in just a second because I have some things up here I want to show you all. But before I get on the whiteboard, I want to know who in the live is preparing for a big exam. Who in the live is preparing for a big exam? I'm asking this question for a reason. It doesn't matter if it's a professional exam or a school exam, but I really want to hear from the people preparing for professional exams, because what I often see is that the people preparing for those big professional exams, like the ones you have to pay for, they're the ones that need help the most. And I want to help you, okay? But you have to put some systems in place. I'm going to say that again. If you want to pass your exam, you have to put some systems in place. Hold on, okay? And I'm saying that for a reason, y'all, because I'm a certified teacher. I'm an exam prep coach. And one thing I've realized is that a lot of people don't have systems in place. You have to put systems in place, okay? Do you know what you're going to do every single time you sit down to study? Or you just looking at the information? No. Y'all, I know they taught us that in school, but that's not normal. It's not normal to prepare for an exam and you don't even know what you're going to do. Okay, put a 1 in the chat if you're preparing for a big exam. Okay, if it's a standardized exam or a classroom exam, put a 1 in the chat if you're preparing for an exam. You need structure in order to pass it. You cannot function in chaos anymore. I don't want to see any more of you all saying, I want to pass my exam, or I want to graduate, but you have no structure. Okay, so I'm going to get on the whiteboard now, and I'm going to show you all what structure looks like, okay? Y'all ready for this information? Okay? I'm going to tell you all what structure and order looks like as far as studying, okay? Well, first I'm going to tell you what it doesn't look like, okay? Hold on. Let me turn my camera around. I'm about to get in my teaching bag. Y'all ready? All right. Can y'all see my board? You can see my board? I need to pull it back some. Put a 2 in the chat if you can see my board. Oh, hold on. It's cutting off. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to fix it. I want y'all to see this whole whiteboard. Can y'all see it now? Y'all can see my whiteboard? Okay, I think y'all can see it. Y'all quiet. Y'all not. I like for people to talk back to me. Talk back to me. Okay. This is the wrong way to study. Say it with me. The wrong way to study. Look at the whiteboard. I need all eyes on the board. Okay? This is the wrong way to study. On Monday, you look at flashcards. On Tuesday, you highlight key terms. You just going through highlighting everything you think is important. And then before you know it, you highlighted the whole book or the whole study guide or the whole worksheet. Wednesday, you're reading for 2 hours. Now, I don't know if you're new here, but at Help Me Pass, we've already established that reading is not studying. Somebody put it in the chat. Reading is not studying. Reading is reading. Okay? Y'all paying attention. Reading is not studying. Reading is reading. When you're reading, you may think you're studying, but you're not. You're just reading words. Okay? We're going to talk about this. Stay with me. Thursday, you're reviewing practice questions. This is another one that a lot of students think is going to help them pass the exam. And it will at some point. Okay, but this is not how you study. I'm not saying don't review practice questions, because I tell all of my clients that yes, you do need to review practice questions. But this is not what you consider studying. Practice is practice. Y'all have to get this, and I'm not trying to be redundant because I just said that reading is reading, reading is not studying, right? So I'm not trying to repeat the same thing, but you all have to realize that practicing is preparing you for the test. It's not helping you learn the material on the test. Okay? I'm going to say that again so you can process what I'm saying. The practice questions and the practice tests prepare you for the test. They don't teach you the material on the test, okay? I'm going to answer questions in just a minute, but I want you all to lock in with me for a second, okay? Because some of you all who are struggling to pass exams, okay, I'm going to come around. Put a 3 in the chat if you're struggling to pass an exam. Can we get some honest folks in here? Put a 3 in the chat if you're struggling to pass an exam. I'm asking this for a reason. I'm stating this for a reason, okay? You have to understand there's a difference between learning material and reviewing material, okay? When you go over practice questions, that is your way of testing your knowledge. But some of you all are putting the cart before the horse. That's an old saying. You all are jumping the gun, okay? You're skipping steps. You shouldn't be looking at practice questions when you're still trying to learn the material. If you are failing your exam, whether it's the real exam or the practice test, it's because you don't know the material. Looking at more questions is not going to help you learn it. Am I making sense? I'm going to come around and look at the screen. Am I making sense? I'm not speaking French, am I? I took my final exam. Hey, Brandon. Good to see you. Okay? Y'all, I'm saying this because people don't teach us this. Okay? They don't teach us that this is the wrong way to study. Like, in order to pass your exam, you have to have structure. You have to stop functioning in chaos. You have to have a system, okay? What do I mean by system? Y'all pay attention. This is what I mean by a system, okay? When I say system, this is what I mean. Step 1, right? You do step 1. Then you move on to step 2. Then you move on to, yes, you guessed it, step 3. Then you move on to step 4, okay? Right? And then you go back to step 1 when you're done. You have to have a system that you consistently use to pass your exam that has been proven to work, okay? When you do this up here, flashcards, highlight key terms, read for 2 hours, review practice questions, and then review those flashcards again. That is what you call trial and error. See, can we be real? Can I be real? Can I be real? The reason why you all are doing all of these steps, which I call chaos, is because you don't know what works to help you learn the material. If you knew what worked, you wouldn't do all of this. You would do one single thing every single time you prepare for your exam. But can we be real? Put me in the chat if when you prepare for an exam, you're doing something different every day when you study. Put me in the chat. I'm going to come around and look. Can we be honest? Can we be honest? Wait, who was that? Somebody asked a question. What are you teaching, sister? Hey, Antoine. So I'm an exam prep coach. My name is Veronica. I'm the founder of Help Me Pass. I'm also a certified teacher, and I'm a proud graduate of Howard University. And I teach adult learners how to pass standardized exams on the first attempt without retesting several times. Okay? So thank you, Brandon. Brandon said study tips. I don't really like to call it study tips. I teach exam preparation strategies. Okay? So, okay, Jay said me. I appreciate your honesty, okay? God's girl said me, okay? Because you weren't taught how to study. And can you all share, if you don't mind, what exam you're preparing for? Jay and God's girl, are you all preparing for an exam? I'm not good at standardized testing. You're not the only one, Jay. Put the name of the exam you're preparing for in the chat. And this is what I want you all to know. If you have a big standardized exam coming up, I'm launching my 6-week exam preparation and accountability program on January the 12th, 2026, okay? If you need to pass a standardized exam next year to either elevate in your career or your degree program, you need to be in this program, okay? I am going to be spending 6 weeks with you, telling you every single day what you need to do to pass your exam on your next attempt. All you have to do is click the link in my bio, okay? Read the information. Read everything that you're going to receive. Because look, in this 6-week exam prep program, all you have to do is show up. Now, I will be pushing you, okay? Let me be clear. For 6 weeks, I'm going to be pushing you to study. But all you have to do is follow the instructions that I'm going to give you. You just have to show up and do the work. So for a lot of you all, the reason why you can't pass your exam is not because you're not putting in the work. You're putting in the work. What you're not doing is studying correctly. So you feel overwhelmed because you're like, oh, phlebotomy, I see. Okay, Brandon, you're done with school in the spring. Congratulations. Janae, you're preparing for the phlebotomy exam. When do you take your exam? Because see, for a lot of you all, you're putting in the work. You are. You're studying consistently, but you're doing it the wrong way. You're doing it this way, which is the wrong way. Okay? You don't have a proven system. What am I talking about when I say proven system? Because you're probably like, girl, who are you talking about you have a proven system? Who are you, girl? I'm going to tell you who I am. Well, first of all, like I already mentioned, my name is Veronica. But a lot of you all don't know my story. When I was in graduate school at Howard University, I kept failing the social studies part of my teacher certification exam, which is called the praxis. I kept failing the exam. You know why? Because I was doing this. Flashcards one day, highlighting key terms the next day, reading the next day, doing practice questions the next day, then going back all over the place. No structure, just chaos. And guess what? It's not about doing the same thing every day so much as it is about using strategies that work. Flashcards don't teach you all. You know what you should use flashcards for? Can I tell you something? I'm going to be real. Flashcards work for spelling words. Remember when we were in 3rd grade and you had the spelling test? Spell encyclopedia. Yeah, you use flashcards then. But not when you're learning technical information, you all. When you're learning technical information, you have to have a more thorough system to actually learn your exam material. And that's what I'm going to teach you all in my 6-week exam prep program. Again, it's launching January the 12th. Go ahead and secure your spot for 2026. Because guess what? I'm not taking more than 15 people. I really don't want to take more than 10. This is going to be an intimate experience, meaning I'm going to be locking in with you on a one-on-one level. Now, this will be a group program, but you all will each have one-on-one time with me. So I don't want too many people in this program, so go ahead and secure your spot. Okay, any questions? How to prepare for standardized test. Jay, that's what I'm going to be teaching you in the 6-week program. I would love to have you in the program, Jay. Jay or JJ. I would love to have you in the program. Okay, what exam are you preparing for, Jay or JJ? What's the name of the exam you're preparing for? Because I want to say this too. What I specialize in is teaching professionals and adult learners how to pass standardized exams. Now, I've worked with clients who are also in college. Specifically, they're either in a doctoral program. I've had 2 students that I work with. One is in pharmacy school, which I love so much. She's a student at Xavier University. And another one is in podiatry school in California, okay? And they're in college technically, but they're in a program that is very technical, a lot of information that they're learning on a regular basis. So, but what I really love to do is to teach adult learners and professionals how to pass those big exams that are holding them up from progressing in their career. So some people are preparing for phlebotomy. Some people are trying to take the PMP, the NCLEX. Anything I have a fear to them. I have a tendency to procrastinate. You said anything, but do you have an exam coming up that you're preparing for? Or you're just saying you want to learn? Do you have an exam coming up? That's what I'm asking, Jay. So I want to recap this, you all. If you can see my whiteboard, okay? I want to recap. Flashcards, highlighting key terms, reading, doing practice questions when you haven't even learned the material. It doesn't work. Again, you can look at practice questions, but if you're struggling to understand the material, you should not be taking a practice test or looking at practice questions. You need to go back to the content that you're learning and studying before you try to look at these practice questions, okay? Practice questions are checking for understanding, right? So if you understand a little bit and then you go look at the practice questions and you notice, oh, there's still some gaps that I have. That's what practice questions do. They tell you where the gaps are, meaning the areas that you need to fill in. But practice questions are not for learning. You don't learn by looking at practice tests. Nobody's going to tell you that because most people don't know that. That's why I exist. I'm just being real. Yes, I'm putting it off. You don't want to tell me the name of your exam, Jay? That's what I'm asking. What type of exam are you preparing for? What is the name of your exam? Like I took the Praxis. I have a lot of clients preparing for the NCLEX, the MCAT. What is the name of the exam you're preparing for? That's what I'm asking, Jay. I would love to know if you don't mind sharing. Okay? So again, if you just joined the live, welcome. I'm talking about how not to study to pass your exam. If you want to learn how to study and have someone hold you accountable, I'm launching my 6-week exam prep program, exam prep and accountability program. And that's the part I want to talk about next. Okay? Some of you all, you study just fine on your own. You just don't know how to study. That's what I'm going to teach you in my 6-week program, launching January the 12th, 2026. But some of you all, you don't know how to study and you don't study. And guess what? It makes perfect sense because when you don't know how to study, you don't know what to do to actually learn the material, quite naturally, you don't study. And that's why in my 6-week program, I'm going to be holding you accountable to study at least 5 days per week. If you want to study 6 or 7 days, you can. Okay? There will be stipulations in place in this program to ensure that you are studying 5 days per week. Okay? So if you know you struggle with holding yourself accountable to study, you need to be in this program. The link is in my bio. Oh, what's the link? The link is in my bio, Jay. If you click my bio, I'll show you. Give me 1 second. I'll show you. Hold on. So if you go to my profile here. Oop, I'm moving the camera. Okay. Oops. Click the link right there. Once you click, oh my God, really? What is that? Click the link at the top, and then it'll be right there. I will pass 6-week exam preparation program. Once you click that, the landing page will open so you can read all the details of the program, which you'll receive. There's a video of me talking about what inspired me to start this program and how it's going to help you pass. But this is for professionals and adult learners preparing for a variety of exams, okay? So read that information. Once you've read all the information on the page, there's FAQs at the bottom. So if you have questions, read about me, who I am. Look, I'm legitimate because somebody said, I've been scammed so much. I said, ma'am, I'm not a scammer. I have a master's degree in education from Howard University. I'm a certified teacher. I don't play those kind of games. I won't have any dirt on my name. So this is serious. Also, read the reviews, okay? What clients are saying that have worked with me. I want you all to know that this is the real deal. And here are the frequently asked questions. Read that too if you have questions. Of course, you can ask me too. Once you've read all the information, click join the program. Now, I want to be real. Y'all ready for this? This program is $7.99. So this is for people who are serious about passing their exam because they are tired of failing, or they're tired of putting it off, or they're tired of not knowing what to do to pass the exam. Okay? But guess what? I have good news. You can use Klarna or Afterpay. If you use Klarna, you can there's several options, okay? Just click the link to see what your options are for Klarna and Afterpay, okay? See, people, when you start talking about money, they log off. But I mean, you do understand in order to get to the next level, it's going to require a bigger investment, right? Even me launching this program requires a huge investment from me, which is my time. If you all knew how much time I'm sacrificing to make sure this program is amazing, I want to blow your socks off. I want you to be like, wow, woo, I'm ready to pass this exam. I got it. I'm about to pass. That's how I want you to feel on February the 20th, which is the last day of the program, okay? Again, it's launching on January the 12th. So, Jay, I hope they answer your question. Any other questions? Look, again, if you're serious about passing your exam, lock in with me. This is not for everybody, okay? And I acknowledge that. This is not for everybody. But for the people who genuinely want to pass because they want to get their promotion, some of you, if you just pass this exam, you'll be making more money. You'll have a better job. And can I be all the way real? You'll probably get more respect from your colleagues. Some of you may not care about that. Okay, that's fine too. But I'm just saying, there's a lot at hand. There's a lot on the line with you passing your exam. Jay, you still didn't tell me what exam you preparing for. You sure you got an exam coming up? If you don't, you can still join the program if you want. I'm kidding. No, I only want people in this program who are serious about passing their exam. But I'm so excited, you all, because on January the 12th, first of all, let me just say this. Not only will this be a program where you're going to learn how to pass your exam, but I'm going to be literally holding, well, not literally, but I am going to be holding your hand. Okay? Meaning I'm going to be walking you through the whole process of how to study. You don't have to try to figure out what to do. I'm going to tell you every single day what to do. And I know what some of you all are thinking. Well, what if I've never taken, what if you've never taken my exam before, Veronica? Let me tell you something, because I've gotten this question. Well, how do you help so many different people preparing for different exams? Because what I teach is not content specific. I'm going to say that again. What I teach is not content specific. I teach you the strategies to pass, because that's what most of you are missing. You don't need another tutor that's going to tell you, and I don't even consider myself a tutor. Like I said, I'm an exam prep coach and a certified teacher. But you don't need another person to tell you the information that's on the exam and give you more practice questions. You can find that on the internet for free. You know what you can't find that actually is going to help you pass the exam? What you actually need to pass the exam are the strategies. You need a system that you can use repeatedly that actually works. What am I talking about? Let me make it more plain, okay? See, I always love to brag on my client preparing for the MCAT, because my client is preparing for the MCAT, right? And she failed her MCAT. Let me just be frank. She failed her MCAT, okay? Then she started working with me, okay? And now she is passing her practice tests because I taught her how to study to learn her material for her exam. And now she's passing her practice test, and guess what? She is sitting for her MCAT next month, and I believe she's going to pass. I'm speaking it that she will pass, okay? And if you all haven't noticed, that's why I named this program I Will Pass, okay? Because I am a firm believer in positive affirmations. You have to speak things before you have them. And that's a whole nother topic in and of itself. One reason why a lot of you are not passing exams is because you don't even believe that you can. Who am I talking to? Who am I talking to? You don't even believe that you can. You're doubting yourself. It's not even about the exam material anymore. You just have so much doubt. And that's why in this 6-week program, one part of this program is going to be positive affirmations. Not just one part, but one part is going to be emphasizing speaking positively. Because what I'm learning with preparing to pass exams, it is not just an intellectual thing. It is a mind and spirit thing. And if you don't believe that you can pass, you won't. So in this 6-week exam preparation program, I'm going to be encouraging you all to speak positively. And that's why when you join the program, again, if you just joined the live, click the link in my bio to enroll in the I Will Pass 6-week exam preparation and accountability program. But when you enroll, you'll also receive, in addition to the Help Me Pass app that you will have lifetime access to, that is my personal app that I created just for people just like you who need to learn how to study. You'll receive instant access to it way before you even start the program in January. You'll receive instant access as soon as you enroll, okay? You'll also receive the Study and Pass Workbook 2.0, okay, which is essentially the app on paper, okay? It's a digital workbook. You print it out. It's yours. You can use it. You should use it to study. It tells you step by step exactly how to study to pass your exam, okay? Also, you're going to receive 50 plus positive affirmations that I am going to be requiring you to speak to yourself, to state aloud, okay? I'm going to tell you all how to do that. I'm not just going to throw 50 affirmations at you all, okay? Everything in this 6-week program will have structure and order, just like the system I'm going to be teaching you all. I am a highly organized and structured individual. People call it type A. I call it being a thorough educator, okay? So this is not going to be some program you enroll in and you like, yo, yeah, what's up, y'all? Welcome. Yeah, read the stuff in the group. Yeah, just read everything I put in the group. You know, that's what's up. Nah, none of that. That's what you call a waste of time and a waste of your money. I am not going to waste your $7.99. Again, click the link in my bio. I want you all in this program so you can pass this exam the very next time you take it. And let me say that too. This is not just passing, I might pass one day. No, what I strive for is passing on your next attempt. And I always say this because I am a very honest person. I cannot promise anything, okay? I pray to Jesus I will be here tomorrow, but I can't even promise that. Nothing is guaranteed, and that's just the way I live my life, okay? By keeping that in my mind. Everything that I have, I'm thankful for, but nothing is guaranteed. And it's the same way with your exam. But I can 99.99999999999% bet that you'll pass on the next time you take it if you enroll in this 6-week exam preparation program. Again, the program is launching on January the 12th, 2026. If you need to pass an exam in 2026, you need to enroll in this program. Stop playing with your future. Okay, any questions? I'm doing a lot of talking. Can y'all tell I'm a teacher? I'm a motor mouth. I can talk a million miles a minute. But I know how to slow down when I'm teaching. Okay. But any questions, you all? Like, look, I'm so excited, you all. I'm putting so much effort into this program. Man. So I want to just tell you all a little bit about the program too. So first of all, every Monday we will have live class. Every Monday at 6 p.m. Central Time. So that's 7 p.m. Eastern. That's 5 p.m. Mountain, 4 p.m. Pacific. Now, this is the good thing. If you cannot make class every Monday at 6 p.m. Central, the instant replay will be put in our private community. Because I didn't say this, and I meant to, we will have a private community just for the people in the 6-week program. And let me show you all what I'll be teaching you all, okay? Can you all see my screen? Okay, so this is what you all are going to be learning for the 6 weeks, okay? So, can you see that? There's a little glare. Okay, so week one, the study transformation, okay? So, I'll be teaching you all how to understand what's holding you back, plus getting set up to pass. Week 2, you're going to be organizing information for clarity, okay? I'm going to be helping you all bring structure to your exam content. Week 3, you're going to be deepening your understanding of key concepts, going beyond surface level learning. That's what's holding you all back. You're looking at things at the surface level. You have to go deeper. Okay. Week 4, have to go deeper. Okay. Week 4, strengthening analytical skills. Okay. I'm going to be teaching you all how to eliminate confusion between concepts. And let me say this. Hold on. I got to pause. In this 6-week exam prep program, if I haven't made it clear, I'm not just going to be teaching you how to study to learn the material. You're actually going to be studying the entire 6 weeks for 5 days per week. This is a lock-in program, like pow. We're locking in, meaning we're getting serious, okay? Let me continue. I wanted to make that clear. You will be studying the entire 6 weeks, okay? So, my bad. So, week 4, strengthening analytical skills, okay? eliminating confusion between concepts. So I'm going to teach you. So every Monday when we have live class, I'm going to teach you how to use the strategy. Then Tuesday through Friday, you're going to be held accountable to apply what you've learned to your exam material so that you can study and learn it. Understood? Okay. Week 5. Okay. Can you all still see? Why do I keep pressing that? Week 5, precision, details, and real world application. So you'll be mastering the details that separate passing from failing. And then week 6, exam simulation, review, and readiness, executing your exam with confidence. So this is our 6-week layout. Essentially, this is our syllabus, right? Now, your personal syllabus that you're going to get for the program, because that's another thing. You'll receive a syllabus as well as an academic calendar to tell you every single day what you're going to do. So there will be no confusion. You'll literally just open your portal to the private community and you'll just read what you have to do that week, okay? But remember, we're having class every Monday, so I'm going to teach you all in our live class what to do. And then I'm going to repost the live class in our private community. So if you want to go back and rewatch it, you can. And then all you have to do is look at your class syllabus or your academic calendar to know what you need to do each day. Okay? Again, what I'm going to be having you all do each day is related to what I'm going to teach you, and you're going to apply it to your exam material so that you can study thoroughly to pass your exam. Does that make sense? How long it took you to learn how to study? It took me 3 failed attempts. Jay, you still haven't told me the name of your exam that you're preparing for. But yes, I had to fail the same exam 3 times. That's when I learned. Because full transparency, so I took the test twice, and then after the second time I failed, I said, oh no, I'm not failing this exam anymore. So then what I did was, I always give credit to God. I'm going to be honest. God gave me this idea of this system that I need to use to pass my exam. And I implemented the system, and it worked. And ever since then, I've been teaching the system that God gave me to help people pass exams. I hope that answers your question. But I would love you in the 6-week program. If you genuinely have an exam coming up and you're struggling to pass it, or you have testing anxiety, Jay, you need to be in this 6-week program. Again, I know it's $7.99 because guess what? The bigger the investment, the bigger the outcome. I'm going to say that again. The bigger the investment, the bigger the outcome. You can't expect a big outcome and you're not investing anything genuinely or seriously. Okay? I would not be charging $7.99 for a 6-week program if it were not going to work. Okay? Again, if you just joined the live, I'm talking about my 6-week exam preparation program, I Will Pass. Okay? This is specifically for professionals and adult learners preparing for a standardized exam like the NCLEX, like the MCAT, like the LSAT, like the PMP exam, like the CompTIA exam, like the TEAS exam, right? Like the HESI. Okay? If you know you are struggling to pass that exam and you really need to and want to pass it and you're serious about passing it on your next attempt, you need to enroll in the 6-week exam prep program. It's launching January the 12th, 2026. Don't go into the new year without a plan. I'm going to say that again. Don't go into the new year without a plan. Don't go into the new year without a plan for your success and your level up. We as people, as human beings, no matter where you're from or what you look like, we have to stop winging it. We love to wing things. Oh, I have an exam coming up. I need to study. I don't know when I'm going to study or how I'm going to study. I'll figure it out. No. You are literally setting yourself up to fail. What did they say? If you don't have a plan, then you plan to fail. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Ooh. I have to say that one more often. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You can't think you're going to pass your exam and you don't even have a plan in place to pass. Just saying. I love you. That's why you need to get in the 6-week exam prep program, because I'm going to give you the complete plan of everything you need to do to pass your exam. All you have to do is follow my instructions for 6 weeks and you will pass. You will pass. But you have to stop being cheap with your future. Okay? You have to. If you're serious. In order to get to the next level, it's going to require a bigger investment. You can't expect to get diamonds with pennies. Diamonds don't cost pennies. They cost millions of dollars. Okay? You want diamond results? You're going to have to invest more. Not millions, just $7.99. Okay? I'm just being honest with you all. I don't like to lie and fake and front and pretend. I can genuinely help you pass your exam, but you will have to invest in yourself. Invest in your future. I know that's so cliche, but it's serious. It is your future that you're investing in. Okay, any questions? I've been doing a lot of talking. Any questions about anything that I discussed this evening as far as passing your exam, preparing for your exam? Anything on here that you have questions about? If you have questions you don't want to ask on the live, you can send me a message. Okay? You can even email me. My email address is info@helpmepass.org. That's info, I-N-F-O, at helpmepass.org. Okay? I love you all so much. You know, I'm so excited for you. Look, get in the program. All you need to do is click the link in my bio. Enroll in the 6-week exam preparation and accountability program. I will pass. Okay? And you will pass. I love you. God bless you. Mwah.